welcome to Behind the Plastic. I am here with my good buddy Simon Toast over here. How's it going?
It's going well. Today the plastic's behind me, but
Plastic is behind us all. Today we have Pablo. Everybody go and welcome him in. There's no button I gotta press. There we go.
there he is.
Good clock. Woo. How's it going, sir?
Pretty good, sir. Pretty good. Just, trying to do my best
taking
taking
you on the
photos.
show. Of course, you're taking photos. You post like 5 times a day.
Oh, I kind of cut back. I've been slacking. I've been slacking.
I know. Currently, you're at 1,995 photos that you've posted. 5 more, and you'll be at the 2,000 mark.
Yeah, the 2,000 mark.
And you just started like last week, so.
I gotta hit it this Friday.
oh my goodness! You tell everybody where you're from. Let's get that started.
So I'm from the Lone Star State, Texas. I'm in the Houston area in a little city called League City.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Texas, and I don't think I'll ever leave Texas. I got Texas in my blood.
Yeah, you and Simon have that in common.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that Simon has a road or a city named after his people.
Yeah, well, it's a small town.
It's a town. There we go.
Oh, town.
I can't hear Pablo at all.
Uh-oh, really?
Yeah, but Sully can apparently, which is
I can hear him.
Okay. I was like, uh-oh.
You tell me what you want to say, and I'll relay it.
All right. Well, just tell him I'm proud to be Lone Star brother.
there you go. What got you started in this, Pablo?
What got me started?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. We're going to go that far back. Well, first, I've been doing photography for 17 plus years. Toy photography, a little over 10 now.
Okay.
I started off with Lego. And then I got hit with reality that I was spending too much on Lego, on minifigures. I think the last custom figure I bought with legitimate Lego pieces, and they printed the figure. It was a classic Thor. I spent $90 on it, on just the figure.
Is that your high? I was going to ask you, what is your highest price you've paid for a figure? Is that it?
$90, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I got hit with the realization. I was like, this only has 5 points of articulation. It's tiny. And they're a pain in the butt to pose. I mean, you only got so much you can do, and then the lighting always reflects. Like, it's hard to photograph them not to get the shine.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's shortly after I bought my first action figure, which was a Marvel Legends, and then I started from there.
All right.
But
yeah,
yeah,
people who can photograph those little Legos and do it well, I mad props to that, because some of them are freaking ridiculous.
It's a pain. I don't have a whole lot of my Lego shots on my Instagram. I have the majority of them on my Flickr, when Flickr was a big thing.
Oh, Flickr. That's going way back.
Yeah, that's where I started on Flickr. And then I got off of Flickr when Flickr got bought out, and then they wanted to charge everybody the premium versus just having the free cloud space. You needed to pay extra. I got off of that and went to Instagram.
Okay. Let's look at some of your Instagram things here.
What was that first Marvel Legends that you got?
It was a Spider-Man. It was the... Oh man, I can't remember which one it was.
Just Spider-Man. When you saw it in the store, had you glanced past the regular action figures in the store aisle for a while before you finally settled in, or was it easy to buy?
It was a little easy to buy because I'm a big Marvel fan, and like the majority of my Lego collection is Marvel and DC.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew what I was looking for in action figures, and I just so happened to go to Walmart in the toy aisle, in the action figure aisle, and there was that one Spider-Man, and that was my first pickup. It's just when I saw it. And I think it was the only Marvel Legends they had at the time. Like, the pegs were empty except that one. And for some reason, I didn't notice the paint application on it, so it was scuffed up on the face, like the paint app.
Oh, no.
So that's why it was probably still there. Because I didn't notice it when I got home and I opened it. And I was like, I was like, well.
Sometimes I don't even notice those things until after I start photographing it, and I bring it in the computer. I'm like, what is that? Really? Yeah. I couldn't even. I'm like sitting there trying to look at the thing. I can't see it in real life, but I can see it.
I mean, it's good thing I know Photoshop because I was able to fix that in Photoshop. But like,
right,
yeah. And then Marvel Legends was a big thing for a while, and then um, shortly after that is when I found out about Mesco for the first time, and it was
Mhm.
right after they had released the Lone Roach.
Uh,
So I
So
missed
did you?
out on the Lone Roach. I didn't get it then; it was already sold out, and I couldn't even get on the wait list. They wouldn't let you get on the wait list for that, and so that was my grail for the longest time. I recently got Roach, I think last year, in
Okay.
a trade for because I had an extra Red Eye Knight, so I was able to trade it for a Lone Roach. So I finally
nice.
got the Lone Roach, and it's one of my favorite Mescos.
Mine too. It took me a long time to find that. I had to go to Chicago to find. I live in Florida. I had to go to Chicago to find it when I was visiting
Ooh.
Jay up there.
Oh, nice. So yeah, then I started getting Mescos.
What was your first mezco?
My first Mesco was the Gomez of Death.
Oh, that's a good one.
Awesome.
And I got
Awesome.
that one and I customized that into a samurai. That's the first time I bought my first soft goods from Rebel 10 Customs.
Uh,
I put that yellow samurai outfit on that Gomez to make my own Lone Roach.
yeah, super clean.
Like you don't just do photographs. I mean, you've started. I mean, you've always made your own stuff, but now you're making stuff for other people. It looks like.
Yes.
So that's like, how'd you transition into that? Like, we're I don't know, were things too
Uh,
expensive, and you're like, I can do it myself.
well, about 2 years ago, I got my first resin printer. I think that's about the time I started talking to Mike Insightful Imagery more, and he got
Okay,
me into 3D printing.
me too.
And then I want to say about a year ago is when I got my first FDM printer, which is the K1 Max, and I started printing my own props because I wanted to be able to print my own props. Because I'm not patient enough to wait sometimes when I order props. It takes
Yeah.
forever, and then I have to paint it, and that takes more time. And I was like,
Right.
you know what? If I'm gonna paint it, I might as well just print it myself. And if I could just buy the files to print, I'll do that. So that's when I bought my K1 Max. And then I started. At that time is when I started buying a booth at Legion's Con, and I've been selling props there and my photos at Legion's Con.
How many years
Yeah.
have you been doing that?
This coming year will be my third year. No, fourth year. It'll
Awesome.
be
That's awesome.
Wait, so you started going around the same time that I did? I think last year was my third. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, the first time I went was when they still had it at that other hotel.
Okay.
I forgot the name of it. All I know is that hotel, one of the elevators wasn't working, and then the pool was like that hallway where the convention was so humid because of the pool. Um, that was my first year there, and then that's after the second year I went there is when they are at that new hotel now. So, yeah, this past year was my third year there, and this will be my fourth year. This coming up November.
Awesome. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
I know
I,
you're a
I,
huge. Go ahead.
no.
I was just gonna say, I know you're a huge Fallout fan. You're always doing something like this picture. You know, you got the Fallout Nucula back there.
Yeah,
What
I've been a big fan of Fallout for the longest time.
did you start with the game, like the original game, like because I started with the original game, like I
Yeah,
don't know how long
the
ago that was, like 20 years ago or whatever the first game came
first
out.
one, and
That's
then
like 30, 40 years ago almost,
I
man.
don't know if it was that old.
Are we talking about the top down PC one? That's pretty
yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
the
yeah,
top
the
down.
PC, the very first one. There's a second one, and there was like the Las Vegas one, which I think was number 3. I played every single
Oh,
one.
there was Fallout 3, and then there was Vegas,
Okay,
then Fallout 4, and then now 76, and then
Yeah.
they already confirmed Fallout 5. Um, but yeah, I've been playing Fallout for so long. Fallout's such a great game. I love the whole story behind it.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
whole post-apocalyptic stuff. It's always been a big thing that I enjoy.
Do you like
And
the TV show?
I love the TV show.
I liked
They
the
did a
first
good
season.
job.
The second season was a little rough for
This
me.
was, I think, I don't like how it ended. I think it ended abruptly.
Yeah,
Uh, I wish they had one more episode just to kind of close certain things off. But I still love the show. It was still fun. And then I got
Yeah.
some custom heads for Jackie and Vapor.
yeah.
Yeah, those are great. Those
Where do you
cool.
get your inspiration from for doing photos? Like,
A lot of
'cause
my inspiration for these comes from the game. Um, Ninja Turtle stuff. I get a lot of inspiration from the cartoon. This actually, I got inspired by a statue from. Oh, I can't remember the name of the company, but they had a Casey Jones statue, and he was standing over one of the robot foot ninja bots, and he was in a similar pose to this, but I kind of did my own twist, and I put him in a city background because obviously the statue is just on a base. There's nothing in the back, so that statue inspired to do this shot, and I got featured on Mesco for this shot.
That is so freaking awesome.
Very cool.
Oh, we're in the hot seat time. All right, Simon, you know how it goes. You start it off.
Pablo, tell us your most essential equipment with photography.
My camera for sure. My camera, and I can't. I need to say my macro lenses.
All right.
It's essential.
Have you ever posted in something that you didn't like?
Yes, I've done that several times actually.
I don't like it. I'm gonna post it anyway. I don't care.
And sometimes I don't realize it until after I post it. I was like, oh.
Okay.
I was like, I missed something, and I don't see it until I post it. I was like, damn it! And obviously, and surprisingly, that's the one that gets the most likes. So I don't understand it.
Always the case, man. If you could move anywhere outside of the great state of Texas, where would you move?
Ooh, Japan.
Yeah, that's something. Man.
that would be Simon's answer too.
Yeah.
What matters more, gear or creativity?
Ooh, creativity. Because you can have the gear, and if you don't have the creativity, I mean, it's kind of pointless.
It's true.
If you had to throw all your Mesco away and you could only keep one, which one would you keep?
No roach.
Yeah.
Me too. What's the worst advice you ever heard in toy photography?
Oh. Well, in photography in general, I've heard people say that gear matters, and that's not true.
All right, one quick question. Go, Simon.
Would you fight one big horse or a bunch of small ducks?
Horse.
And we're